The hell? What was that? What are you laughing at? Babe, this better be funny as hell. Yeah, so I just went and checked on Kat, and she literally could not stop laughing. So sorry about that, but I'm glad she's okay. She saw a pretty funny video. Maybe I'll insert that video if I can figure out how to do that. It was pretty funny, actually.
Oh shit! Oh! Where's the car?
Yeah, so I guess she was valid and laughing pretty hard, but let's get back to this video. What do you mean you lived out of a Honda Civic for 3 months? How is that even possible? Well, so I'm making this video to show you guys why it's possible. Probably gonna answer some questions that went unanswered for a while, because a little backstory, if you've followed me on Instagram for the past few years in my life, you will know that I joined the Navy, got out unfortunately due to some medical issues, and I lived out of my car for a few months. It's kind of funny because people started to notice that from some of my stories I would post at night. They'd be like, "What? Is that a blanket? Is that your window? Is that your windshield?" Like, started putting two and two together. And I was like, yeah, I live out of my car. So I'm going to give you guys a little backstory before I show you how I lived out of a Honda Civic for 3 months. So, as I said, it all started when I moved to California because of Navy training. Brought me here to California, San Diego, sunny San Diego. And I had a 2001, right? 2001 Honda Civic. The Green Hornet, we called it. Beautiful. It was beautiful. Had some custom sun stains on the roof, and was missing a couple things. But anyway, it was a great car overall, right? I lived out of it because when I was getting out of the Navy, it was a very long process. Some medical issues came up. I ended up in the end getting medically discharged from the Navy. And it was like a living hell. I was dealing every day with legalities with lawyers and all this like technical Navy stuff. And it was just, I hated being on base. I hated seeing like the Navy's uniforms, the camo just like made me want to throw up. Like I wanted nothing at all. And I mean literally nothing to do with the Navy at this point. I was just so over it and just wanted to get on with my damn life. So, that being said, I didn't want to stay at the barracks, right? Like, it was torture just even being there. Yeah, you have all your amenities. You have laundry, you have showers, the galley. Well, it wasn't worth it for me. So, what did I do? What any normal person would do? I just put all my crap in my freaking Honda Civic, and I lived out of it. So, what do I mean by lived out of? I'm not talking about like Stacy who went to college. It's like, oh my gosh, I lived out of my car for like all of college. No. I mean, I put my dress blues in there, my dress whites. I had water in there. I had granola bars hidden in crevices that you didn't know existed. I had a first aid kit. I had everything in there. Sleeping bag, my whole wardrobe. So we'll get to that in a second. I'll show you how I did that. But it was honestly kind of a humbling and kind of fun experience. I liked the freedom of it because I wasn't locked down to the barracks on the base. You know, sometimes I was sleeping in Walmart, sometimes I was sleeping at cool little like trailheads over in San Diego, like Mission Valley and stuff. So I had that like mobility to just go wherever I wanted, and I had everything in the car with me, you know? And I like that. I like that part. I like that I wasn't committed to return to my rack at night and wake up and be on the Navy base. So where did I live, you might ask? Well, I spent a lot of my time in downtown, and then I spent most of my time in downtown, which some of the places in downtown you probably shouldn't live in your car. It might not be the safest bet. But hey, I ain't give a damn. Also Walmart parking lots, Wendy's parking lots, occasionally Burger King, and sometimes in front of a friend's house. Just depended. So once my family found out that I was pretty much full-time living out of a car, besides, you know, the only time I wasn't living in it was when I had to report to base for muster just to say, yeah, I'm alive. Their reaction was actually pretty funny. It was like, oh, that sounds like an Alex thing to do. Some of my friends and, you know, other relatives, like extended relatives, are like messaging me like, hey, are you okay? Like, do you need something? Like, well, how can we help you? I'm like, guys, like, I chose to live out of my car. Just for that freedom aspect of, you know, I park it where I want and that's home. It was kind of nice. Now, the pros and cons, yeah, there's definitely some of those. The water that was in my car was whatever temperature my car was. Some days it was 100 degrees and some days it was 30 degrees. A lot of the protein bars and granola bars I would put in my car, that's like my main food source is probably protein bars. Yeah, they get a little melted. And yeah, nights would get really cold and days were really hot. My AC was pretty much non-existent in that thing. But it was all worth it to me. Anyway, more pros than cons, in my opinion. But enough talking. Let's go show you how I actually did it. So, come on. Alright, so guys, this is a newer Honda Accord. It's not my 01 Civic. Unfortunately, what ended up happening to that, some crap in the motor and it blew up and I had to scrap it. But guess how much I made off of it? $120. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I'm just gonna show you guys, kind of give you a basic rundown. I mean, all cars are kind of the same setup. So I'll just show you how I lived in my car. So, right here, I think one of the things that people found the funniest is they're like, how did you sleep in it, right? Because it's not long enough. I'm 5'9", but still, it's not long enough to sleep me sideways. So what I did, and like I said, my car was configured a little different. This middle console like wasn't right here in my car. There's no middle console. So if you want to come closer, babe, I would recline the seat. This is hilarious. And oh, this actually might work. Oh yeah, this is better than my 01. Damn.
Yeah, it's 2017.
Yeah. So, dang, this one's. You know what, babe? We might scrap the van. We might be living out of this. This is really comfy. So this is how I slept. Right, plenty of room. You could literally be 6'5" and fit like this in most cars. There's inches of room. Have my little blankie. Just pulled it up and I passed out. Back here, it's a little hard. It was a lot harder in my car, so I just shoved some shirts behind my head. So that's how I slept first and foremost, and I honestly got some of the best sleep of my life. So we'll come around and I will show you guys some of the little tricks I used. So I
feel like it's MTV Cribs.
Right, it's MTV Cribs on wheels, 2 square feet. So because I was in the Navy, I had to have my uniforms on me like at all times. So right here, this little handle back here doubled as my rack for my blues and my whites and my NCUs, whatever they're called. So that's where my clothes went. Now, if you want to come here, babe, there's literally like more space. We're talking, this is just one person living out of it. Right here, I had laundry, clean laundry. Right here, I had dirty laundry. Right here, I had tools, like just basic tools, like a jack. Had my first aid kit. And then this side was, so, and maybe this isn't the best thing to tell you guys, but so when I was driving, if I needed a snack or whatever, I had all my snacks right here. Water supply, snacks. Front seat was just a, whatever the hell was up there. And then in the trunk, in the trunk I had 2 suitcases. One had clothes in it, and then the other one, I can't remember what I had. I just had like miscellaneous stuff just from the Navy, like stuff you'd put up in a room. So, and then I had a spare tire and just more tools, and I always had like a case of water. So, I mean, that was basically it. Like, I had more than enough. I actually had tons of crap in my car. I had to declutter it like probably 3 times, like one time a month when I was living out of it. So definitely very doable, especially if you don't have like a huge wardrobe. But that being said, a lot of people are like, well, where'd you shower? Or where'd you eat? Like I said, I was like living off protein bars, man. I was constipated, I'll be honest. But I just go shower at the gym, shower at a local gym, shower at the base gym, whatever. And yeah, I just cruise around. I was hanging out at cafes all day. My number one spot, so if you're here by some chance in San Diego and you're doing the car life, San Diego Zoo. It was the bee's knees. But I did get in for free because I had a military ID. So anyway, let's go back inside for a second. So now you guys have seen how it is I actually managed to get by and live for those 3 months out of a car. In summary, very doable. Not ideal. I wouldn't change a thing. Some of the experiences I had, maybe I'll make a video on like some actual stories. I actually had some really cool, humble experiences because naturally, living in a car on the side of the road, you're gonna meet some not so fortunate people. And it was an eye-opener that there is always someone less fortunate than you, and you can always afford to help someone. Even if you don't have a lot of money, you can always afford to help someone. It was pretty cool. And just learning how to live, you know, with like a minimalist with minimal things. You don't need a lot of the things you think you need. So, like I said, I would recommend everyone maybe just try it for like a night, maybe 2 nights. Just see what you can do. Like I said, it's not ideal. Maybe some of you can't because you have families or boyfriend and girlfriends. Definitely wouldn't do it with 2 people. That might be pushing it. But yeah, it was all in all a fun experience, and I think it really kind of sparked that that fire in me to do van life eventually. Because I was like, damn, I did it out of a Honda Civic. Why not out of a van where I pretty much have all my commodities and everything I need. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll be dropping another video shortly, and thank you for tagging along.